Hi guys, welcome back to another video of mine. Today we're going to be talking about my story that I have about Mushroom Girl and the four main characters of the story that I have for it is what I am drawing. So, Mushroom Girl is about this girl. She basically like has mushroom powers. I feel like that's obvious. At 4 years old, she got them when she was like 4 years old because of she was like basically starts with her going to school and she meets up all these people and stuff, her friends of be her teammates and stuff, and she ends up what happens to her is that one day when she was walking home from just some place with with her older sister. Her sister goes to talk with somebody, and they went off somewhere, and didn't realize that her sister, that Mushroom Girl, didn't follow, and her sister didn't realize that Mushroom Girl. I haven't really particularly on her actual name yet, but she didn't like follow her, and then she's just talking with this friend of hers for a few minutes, and then she realized a bit, and then there was like a lab nearby, and they were not supposed to have any food in there, and it's kind of. And well, one of the people did bring some food, and the food ended up being mushrooms, and the lab ended up blowing up, and most people were evacuated, and a lot of people were able to get evacuated. Most of the people within the actual like building and stuff ended up dying. Um, Mushroom Girl, which is you see me lining now, she was standing outside of the place, and she was a bit closer and stuff, and she ended up being caught up into the debris and stuff of the place, and she ended up being in a coma for some time and stuff, and had like some broken bones, and her sister felt absolutely horrible that she forgot her and stuff, because she was found a bit later once people were like evacuated from the place, and she was found there, and her sister just felt horrible for what she did and just couldn't really forgive herself. But anyway, she comes home from the coma, because she's in the coma for a few days and stuff, and then she comes home and recovers for like a week at home, and then she mentions about how she was in there at school and stuff, and everyone's just happy to see that she's back and that she's safe, that she's okay. And then one of her friends talks about how he had, and one of her classmates, he was gone for some time now because of another thing. It wasn't because of the accident. It was because of some lightning that got struck on him that ended up also making him go to the hospital and also hospital. But anyway, she returned back to school and stuff, and she comes back home, and then she accidentally like blasts out a small mushroom, and that's how she figured out. And she was gonna go tell her parents and her brother and sister, but then she saw something on the TV that was like, you has to keep talking about how superheroes have to keep their secret identity. So she kind of flew with that as her 4-year-old self and stuff. Anyway, that guy who got struck by lightning and was like gone from school for some time, he is now back, and he tells about, oh yeah, he was gonna mention about the fact that he got powers from it. He got lightning powers from the lightning that was like kind of like similar to like Flash in a way. He got lightning powers because like lightning wasn't normal lightning and stuff. Anyway, so he gets these powers, and then he was about to tell his like friends and stuff, but he ends up not. And then Mushroom Girl ends up going home, and she comes back. Oh, so that guy with the orange, he's the one who has the lightning powers. She ends up going home, and she ends up like making a kind of costume for herself, and she goes outside and stuff and sees like somebody with a cat, and helps that person, and she realizes she kind of likes doing this, so she goes help some people. She was gonna put down a fire in the building, even though she kind of, but some other person came, like that was around her age, and was put down the building, was able to kind of help put out the fire, and she was upset, even though she knew that she probably couldn't, even if she tried, she probably wasn't able to actually put out the fire, but she was still kind of upset about it. And then two other instances happened where she wasn't able to help, and some two other people, and she was mad, and she was like, who are these two other people? And then she remembers what her parents said about the fact that she shouldn't really be mean and stuff. And she comes to that, and then later on, something else happens, which causes all four of the people now to come and help. And she ends up meeting the three other people, who then they all share their secret identities with each other. And she then finds out that they were her friends who were a part of it, and they become the superheroes together. And that's basically like the premise of what's going to happen, basically. There's also what you see me drawing here is a bit of a time skip, because she was 4, and a bit later on, I'm not going to say too much about it, because I plan to put some type of thing out eventually for it, comic thing for it. But she initially only villains that she was really fighting, quote unquote, was really just people who were just helping people out, but she wasn't really fighting any villains. And then in this time skip thing, she actually starts fighting them. Or actually kind of starts fighting villains and stuff. And I haven't really figured out way too much for it, but it's basically the premise for what I'm gonna make. I don't know, I might change some stuff a bit, but yep, that's basically what happens within the story. And so I'm gonna play some music for a round, and bye.